Hi, welcome back to the ANS Way. Today we are in Calico Ghost Town, I think is where we're at. I actually think, are we still in California? I'm not sure. I think we might be.
I have no idea. Yeah, no, we must be.
Okay, right. So yesterday we drove to San Bernardino just for an overnight trip. Went to Rancho Cucamonga in California and then stayed overnight in San Bernardino. I can't even say the word today. And then we're driving back to Vegas at the moment. And I mentioned to Anne, there's Route 66, which is a very famous historical route in the US, and lots of places to visit. And Calico Ghost Town came up, and I always find them pretty cool. We actually visited one in Vegas called, I think it was Nelson's gold mine. I think we have another video.
Nelson's Landing?
Yeah, Nelson's Landing was where the by the beach.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But they had a ghost town there, which was pretty cool. And the US has lots of these all around. And
but I don't know, every time somebody says ghost town, somebody being Selena, I assume ghosts. But I don't think that's what it means.
No,
I think it means abandoned. So I don't we use it as if everyone would know.
So interestingly,
so I assume there were ghosts here.
Yeah, no, there's no ghosts here. So interestingly, when I was doing this trivia game about Vegas with my colleagues, I was telling them about some of the ghost towns, and one of my colleagues said the same thing. She said, "Oh, does that mean it's a ghost? Like there's ghosts there?" No,
that's what everyone else knows.
No, it just means it's an abandoned area and referred to as a ghost town, but there's no actual ghosts. There could be ghosts, maybe. Who knows?
Ghosts, as in nothing exists here anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is quite contrary to what ghosts means.
Where people were living before, living shops, whatever, but now it's completely abandoned. It was $8 each for entry, so $16. Aunt told me I should have hidden in the boot.
Well, what do they call trunk?
Trunk.
Yeah, but I did say
save the $8. So $8 each, which is fine. And then now we're just pulling into the parking.
I think it was free for children under a certain age.
I think I filmed it, so we've got a shot of the prices, and it was a silver mining town.
Apparently so. That's what it says.
Just parked up, and it's pretty amazing scenery. It's much better than the other one already, which was nothing really in comparison, but still pretty cool if you're near Vegas, and it's about 50 minutes. But this was, I think this is halfway between Vegas and San Bernardino.
No, so I think just under 80 miles from San Bernardino, and the last time I was 170
so
to
we've got
Vegas.
a good 2 hours.
So it's closer to San Bernardino than Vegas.
But not too far from Vegas to come out.
No, not really. It's
and a bit different. So we've parked up, and it looks like you can't drive your car through the town. So you park up, and it looks like you're going to have to walk through, and then you can check out the town.
Well, I forgot the drone, but it actually says no drones. So I couldn't have used it anyway, so I feel a bit better now. The entrance is really interesting. Obviously it's been redone to kind of give the feel, but it actually feels like a theme park or a theme park when they try and do like an old town, which I guess makes sense because they're trying to copy somewhere like this.
It's definitely really cool, and it reminded him of how theme parks try to do it. It reminds me of being on a set of like Westworld, or when you see those cowboy movies and they have the saloons and the gunfights outside. So it's definitely very, very cool.
Some of the interesting things is the machinery they have on site. The only one I understand is this is an engine of some sort. You can tell by the cylinders and the spark plugs. I don't know what these are. Maybe a pump. No idea what this is. Oh no, it's another engine of sorts.
Pretty cool because you can also go into the restaurant. So a lot of the shops are actually open, so you can go in and you can buy things, but also they've got restaurants and a few of the bars open, so you can have a drink and drink it.
Although they've got the original pricing on the wall, so a beef pie is 12 cents. And if they've advertised it, that I should be able to buy it.
I think it's still 12 cents now.
That would be good. Ooh, they do have ice cold draft beers. But I'm guessing it's not however much it cost back then. It's probably, what do you reckon, like $10 now?
Probably.
Ooh, look at this. It's a real steam truck.
Fire hole. I think it's a fire engine.
Yeah, it's a fire engine, but
Yeah,
it's powered by steam.
Steam, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Oh, look, here it is.
steam fire engine, there you go.
1889. Wow. What do you think is going to be better?
I think both would be nice. I think.
What, butterscotch root beer?
Oh no, not butterscotch. I
think
thought
not pepper.
or the cream soda, I would say.
It's working. So we decided to get some cream soda made with real sugar. I know you can get these all over the place, but this one in particular is from this area, Calico.
Yeah, I was tempted by this Dr. Pepper that looked like it was in an original style bottle, or an older style bottle, perhaps not original, but we settled on the cream soda.
Tastes pretty good. It just tastes like pure sugar, carbonated sugar.
And it tastes so much better with it.
With real sugar, yeah. But what are we in now? This is like a depiction of a
yeah, so
dentist.
the building is called Come and See the Way It Used to Be. So it's a collection of dentist chairs, if you were going to the hairdressers, how they were making clothes. So lots of the old
bathtub
apparatus, I guess they would use.
I don't know.
Maybe that's the...
For some reason, the sheriff's office and the pharmacy are closed. I'm guessing this is a depiction. I don't know if this would be a real jail cell, because I'm pretty sure I could get out of there. Ah, there's another drugstore over there. No spitting, no drunkenness, and no loose woman. That makes sense to me. yesterday we also went to the site of the original McDonald's, which doesn't actually exist anymore because the city pulled it down. I can't remember when.
Quite
A while
ago.
Back,
yeah.
But they've built a museum on the same site, and there's lots of different artifacts and mostly stuff that's donated from people around the world.
But it was pretty cool to go there. It would have been cooler to see the original McDonald's site still there.
On Route 66,
yeah,
right?
So that's on Route 66, but that is in San Bernardino. Yeah, pretty good.
Interesting bit was spotting stuff that you remember as a child.
Happy Meals.
And especially for us in the 90s. And what was interesting, the guy there, you could tell he's very into it and probably into comics and that type of person and collectibles. So when I was mentioning stuff that I remembered, he knew about the history of it and why it wasn't in the US and why it was in Europe. And he was learning himself that we had a lot of different stuff in Europe that they didn't have in the US. You were saying that the only thing that you remember that carried over is Disney.
The Disney stuff I remembered with the Happy Meals. The other stuff I couldn't remember. Play-Doh I also remember getting in a Happy Meal. I loved that. That was the only time I got Play-Doh from my mum.
And then my favourite film, which isn't necessarily now, but my most memorable film being Hook, that you could buy for £5. You'd buy a Happy Meal or whatever meal, and then you'd pay £5 and you had a choice of Back to the Future, Hook, various Universal Studios videos, and I mentioned to him and he listed out all of them. I've forgotten already now. So he knew exactly how it went. He said he couldn't remember. He couldn't remember the pricing, but he said it's probably quite similar. But I remember, this is VHS, so for anybody that doesn't remember VHS, it's like the old tapes, but when you finish the film you had to rewind it all the way back and then just play it again.
And then you'd be upset if someone carried on watching it or went back, and then you missed your spot. You had to find it again. But it was interesting because it had the original, and we'll share some of the video footage of the original menu and the prices they paid back then for a cheeseburger or fries. It had a lot of the old uniforms and stars that have worked for McDonald's as well.
Before their careers. So
got to catch our train.
Yeah, we stopped by, I guess, like a character, and he explained some of the history of the place and also told us to go get on the train. It's actually easier than walking up the hill. Get the train, stop at the top, and walk down the hill and see everything rather than up. So we're just about to go and jump on the train. I don't know if it costs money. There are free attractions here.
Yeah, there's the mine tour, something else.
And gold panning.
Yeah.
And they're $4 each or $10 for all three. I can hear him calling for the train. He's suffering, Sally.
I'm suffering with my allergies.
She's got really bad allergies in the US. You didn't really suffer that much at home. I did, and I don't here, and Selena suffers here.
And it's worse because I'm seeing the allergist on Monday, which means I've had to stop all my medication for 3 days, which is not nice.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I do feel bad because I know what it feels like. I can empathise for once.
Yeah.
It's only $5. Yeah, you might as well spend some cash.
$10.
Thank you. Coming on a round trip. Let's do it.
Exciting.
I know.
Come on down for your train ride, folks. Start in a few minutes. All right, you guys can sit wherever you like.
Do you want to sit at the front or in this cabin? We're told that there's only a few buildings here, I think 3, that have existed since the 1800s. The rest was rebuilt, and it was done by, or at least partially funded by, the Knott's Berry Farm owner, who bought this whole area, helped them redo it, and then handed it back to the county. Here we go.
Exciting.
Reconstructed Street, you can see the same view we did as we ventured into town for supplies and relaxation. There are actually 5 buildings on Main Street that have been standing since the 1880s, and it was a bustling place.
Calico was a real town for about 20 years. We had a post office, school, courtroom, newspapers, and a slew of stores. Not to mention quite a few saloons, I can promise you that. Luckily, we even had doctors, lawyers, and justice of the peace.
My favorite place was the town hall. We had dances and all
I don't know how to go to the top.
Thousand get jumping now.
I'm not allowed to steal the claim.
I didn't know what that was.
I guess this is a claim. I'm not sure how well you can see us, hopefully a bit. So we've gone into, remind me, what was this one called?
Maggie's Mine Tour. So we did the rail thing.
Yeah,
for-
which was fun. It's only like, I don't know, between 5 and 10 minutes, but it's fun. They point out a lot of things I wouldn't have noticed. And then we come in and paid $4 each for the mine walk, which I'm guessing is a smaller version of the
Actually,
mine.
yeah, the long tour that we did at Nelson.
And this is one of the claims that they had, and there was something about a 10-year-old boy actually finding the ore so that they could lay a claim to this land. So I think we've got 1,000 feet.
Apparently so.
Yeah. And the interesting bit, which we mentioned in the other video, is you look at this and it's obviously just a stationary depiction, but these people were underground drilling into rock that is so hard with no protection. So I imagine most of them were deaf.
Yeah.
They had to have been. It's impossible
yeah,
working in a confined space. And then obviously you've got no protection for the elements. I think you can even hit gas pockets, or the air can get pulled out.
Also the darkness as well.
Yeah. The other thing they used to use, this is where the term, is it canary in a mine? So they used to use canaries, and I thought it was to warn them, as in they would chirp, but I think it was because they had really small lungs, and they would choke really quickly and die.
Hard at work, seeking that elusive silver vein. This part of the Maggie mine was given the name Dead Man's Drift because no mine timbers were used to support the roof and walls. This drift was cut through solid rock, and in more than 100 years of use, it's nearly identical to the way it looked when it was.
It's a scary sound. Made it out of the mine tour.
Ellie's now going to go to the lookout point. She has to be very careful because she's fairly clumsy on her feet, so be careful, Sal. I know. What are they called really, Sal? Yeah, so you can sneak around. This is good for mountain biking. You learn some good skills on here.
Sit, inspect the town.
Ooh.
What can you see?
And just getting focus.
So we finished up our tour of, what was it, Calico Ghost
Town.
It's far from a ghost town now because it's populated by
Lots of people.
yeah, tourists.
But it
So
is
it's alive
really
again.
good. It's more than just walking around and or driving around as I described it. Oh, you'll just drive around this town. But
It's really quick, but no, we spent what, at least an hour and a half.
yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe
So
longer.
it's well worth the $8 entrance fee if you're ever in between Vegas and California.
Yeah, tours you can do in addition. You can make a day of it, eat here, go to some of the bars. They have like cafes, shops. So yeah, definitely somewhere we would recommend if you're going in between those areas. Well, let us know what you thought of this. Would you come here? Have we convinced you to come to Calico Ghost Town? Let us know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button.